And when WWE 2K22 comes out in just a few short months, players and critics will be looking towards 2K to amend the major mishaps that made 2K20 such a colossal failure. As is well established by now, 2K20 had so many things wrong with the game that 2K decided to not put out a 2K title in 2020. Well, unless you count 2K Battlegrounds, which nobody does. According to 2K, they have spent the past year making sure that WWE 2K22 is going to be the best game it can possibly be. Now, in an ideal world, players would love to believe this, but nevertheless 2K have a lot of work to do to rebuild a once strong relationship between players and the WWE's gaming division. And one of the things 2K can look to do is making little changes within the game itself, which subtly yet smartly make the player's gaming experience more enjoyable. But which small features could they be? Well, join us now as Wrestlegamia looks at 10 small changes in WWE 2K22 that could make it a major success. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you're the first to know when we upload a video. Number 9. Submission Pass-Out Feature. One of the fundamental features 2K should make relates to submissions. As WWE fans know, it's actually rather common for some superstars to pass out in submissions rather than tap out. Notably, since Roman Reigns has begun to use the guillotine chokehold as an alternative finisher, he has made a number of superstars pass out from the move. A great feature in 2K22 would be the ability to make your opponent pass out after being in a submission move such as a choke for 30 seconds or longer. This feature would then accurately reflect what players actually see in a WWE match. Number 8. Title versus title matches in Universe Mode.
The following champion versus champion contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the WWE United States and the WWE Universal Championships.
Now, the idea of WWE Universe Mode in 2K is that it's supposed to accurately reflect what players see on WWE television every week. However, there is one change that players will no doubt like to see introduced into the popular mode. Currently, it is impossible to play a title versus title match where both titles are on the line. Players can indeed book champion v champion matches, however only one title will be on the line. Additionally, the mode doesn't allow players to hold two titles consecutively. Why this is the case has never been made clear, but it's certainly something that 2K should look to amend in the next release. Number 7. Different camera angles. Now, one of the things that would be a really exciting addition to 2K22 relates to the overall presentation of the game. If the game could introduce different camera angles, it may take the game to the next level. On the surface, different camera angles may not seem like a huge change to make, especially when it comes to a WWE video game release. However, there are so many possibilities when it comes to shots and camera angles that this could be a feature that players may truly warm to. Additionally, one specific camera angle that 2K should look towards reintroducing is one old camera angle from the early SmackDown games. This camera angle during those early games was aimed at the stage, giving players a great view of the action. Interestingly, this is actually a camera angle that WWE used regularly for their Raw, SmackDown and some select pay-per-views which took place in the Performance Center back in 2020. Number 6. The ability to choose referees. If 2K could include this feature, it could allow players to control everything about their match. 2K could even introduce certain referees who favor heels over babyfaces, and of course referees who call it strictly down the middle. Though one of the setbacks to this idea is the fact that WWE rarely acknowledges the names of referees on television anymore. This is a stark contrast to how they operated back in 2003, as during that time period every fan knew who the referees were. Even if they are reluctant to reveal the names of the referees, it would without a doubt be a great feature to include in 2K22. Number 4. Continuity is king. One of the main criticisms towards modern WWE programming is the lack of attention to continuity. This was so much of an issue for WWE that they were recently looking at hiring someone to be in charge of their continuity for storylines. One of the things that 2K should look to focus on is continuity within the game itself, especially when it comes to the story mode of the game. This continuity can take several forms. Referencing past storylines from prior installments without a doubt would be a great touch. Another element of the continuity would be direct references to storylines that have taken place in the prior year on television. Number 5. Cross-platform community creations. As of 2K22, it's still not possible for players to download creator wrestlers built on other consoles onto their own alternative devices. This is without a doubt a major weakness in the community creations mode of the 2K series. A cross-platform community creations would benefit players on every console, and there doesn't appear to be any reason why this can't be achieved. According to Patrick Gilmore, who is a developer for 2K22, he stated that cross-platform community creations was the #1 most requested feature that players have asked for. So 2K are fully aware how popular this small addition would be. Number 3, more weapon variety. Now, the incorporation of weapons in WWE video games used to be a lot of fun. Notably in games such as SmackDown 2, the choice of weapons was endless. Players could even pick up and attack their opponent with a damn sofa, which is pretty insane to think about. Nevertheless, a variety of weapon choices, rather than generic ones that feature in every WWE video game installment, would be a welcome change. Introducing weapons such as shopping carts, guitars, and even the classic ring bell would go a long way into reintroducing a much-needed element of fun back into the 2K games. It goes without saying that weapons such as barbed wire baseball bats and thumbtacks are unlikely to return due to the age rating of the game, but it doesn't mean that other weapons can't be used. Number 2, have more superstars interrupt promos. A common feature on regular WWE programming is that multiple superstars usually interrupt a promo. This is usually done to set up a multi-man match or even set up a future title contender. This should be something that 2K should look to introduce in both My Career mode and WWE Universe mode. 2K introducing this in particular Universe mode would allow players to have even more interaction and the ability to mimic an actual episode of Raw or SmackDown when it comes to in-ring promos. And number 1, proper crowd fighting.
Look out, this is gonna be bad! Oh no, oh my goodness! What a hurricanrana! He's going for the pin. Never say die attitude out of him. How'd he do that?
Crowd fighting has been a feature in several WWE video games over the years. However, there is without a doubt room for more improvement. Instead of players being limited in relation to where they can go in the crowd, this limitation should be removed. This would mean that players can go virtually anywhere in the crowd, well, to at least only a certain point. It's actually a surprise that 2K haven't looked into this, and it's rather common in WWE matches that when a brawl through the crowd takes place, the superstars go all around the crowd rather than stay in one particular area. But there you have it folks, 10 small changes that could make 2K22 a successful game. What do you guys think of the ideas? Let us know in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling video game content.